Alright, so now we have Moldy Milkers versus AI. This is very interesting because we have a team with 3 DPS into support going up against a team with 3 tanks into support. We're gonna start on Circuit Royale. Moldy Milkers are gonna be on defense first. See how this goes. Yep, everything looks right. We're ready to go. Saw some circuit earlier today between I want to say it was Logie Swords and Rush Hour. We didn't see the full map though. Ended on like halfway through second point. That was one of the maps Rush Hour did come out on top of. One of the 3. And now we will see our second showing in Season 2 of this map. We saw it quite a bit in Season 1, I believe. And this team comp is very interesting that we got going up against each other here.
What? Whose team is that? AI. The true AI.
This is the true AI team as they have lost their coach. He crashed out and left. Alright, here we go. Bastion and Torb coming out of the gates very strong. Oh my gosh. Instantly annihilating Moldy Milkers. That looks like AI right there. That is very strong team right there. I think Bastion and Torb are 2 of the best DPS we have in Overbots, and both of them somehow landed on this team. I'm surprised no one took the Torb before this team could get it. Crazy strong start. May and Lucy are on the lower end of the tier lists, but this team is something to be feared, even despite their coach getting really angry and leaving. I think they still have one of the better teams in the league here. Okay. This fight going a little bit more in the favor of Moldy Milkers. We do get that Bastion form out, but oh boy, the damage just keeps coming through. Torb and Bastion just making mincemeat out of Moldy Milkers here. This is why I was interested in seeing this AI team. I thought it was going to be very strong. And I think I'm being proven correct here. This is, they look dangerous. The amount of damage the Torb and the Bastion can pump out is insane. Alright. Here comes the Rom. He's gonna go into his Nemesis form, pushing on this May. Bastion uses his Bastion form, or his turret form, but I think he's gonna go down. He does. I'm gonna see some equal trades here. However, May living with low HP, so now it's a 2v2. Lucio and Torb versus Hog and Rom. I think Moldy Milkers should be able to pick up this fight. There we go. Good team fight victory there for Moldy Milkers. Only Torb left. He's just hanging out in the back line. But AI is able to pick up that first checkpoint. So there's a bit of a spawn advantage coming through. And here comes the Bastion. Oh, no, no, no. He's in Bastion form. He's around the corner. And the lava is going to go out on the point. However, it's not really getting too much value. Although, oh, there go Moldy Milkers. May doinks a couple. And AI is able to push forward here. It's triple DPS comp. There's one other triple, or actually that's a 2-2 comp. So team's not quite as powerful. Microfish. Well, we'll see. Rush Hour might just be a top tier team, so might have just ran into something that's difficult to best. Alright. Rom's gonna push in onto the Bastion. Bastion's going down to half very quickly, however, he's able to pick up the Kiri. Lucio's going down to half. And it looks like Moldy Milkers are gonna take another team fight off of AI here. Torb getting very low. May still alive. Doom getting very, very low. And May will eventually fall. But Doom also goes down. I think there's a little bit of a spawn advantage for AI here, maybe? Yeah, I think AI has a little bit of a spawn advantage here. So they will come in for another fight pretty quick. It's going to be a 3-on-4. I think this Roadhog might just die here. Yep, that's a lot of damage. And the Lucy ult coming through is going to keep them up as they push up. However, Rom ult comes out. This could be big. Gets the Torb. Does the Hog go down here? He does not. Rom kills 2, but he does fall. Or, okay, so it looks like Moldy Milker's able to stabilize there. They're doing very good. Seems like a very good team.
This is unexpected. I thought.
Hey! Look at me! Sit! Sit down! What are we doing?
Tor pushing up. Bastion in the form of turret, but he's just pumping his damage into a Doom. And here comes the Hog ult. Although 2 picks go in the way of AI here. Oh, and the combination of Freeze and Bastion ult is pretty strong there. Roadhog is eventually going to fall. And that should be the second point. Actually, I don't know. Actually, they should get a contest. I think they'll have enough time, especially since they're only pushing with 1 on cart. I think you have enough. Well, maybe not. Moldy Milkers are getting a little stuck in spawn there, so I think that's what's going to stop them from touching. Yeah. Okay. So that will be the second point, going the way of AI. Gonna go in for another quick fight here. Roadhog. Getting on that Lucio. Roadhog, a big body. Pumping out damage. Doing a good job of it, too. So they will make another hold here in the spawn. However, that does mean AI will have a spawn advantage for pretty much every fight that goes on through here. So this is going to be a little bit of a spawn camp going on here. Let's see how long Moldy Milkers can keep this up for. This is pretty good. Comes the May. Torb's going to be brought down really low, and he does fall. May does wall off the Rom. I think Doom is getting Doom's. Yeah, Doom will fall. So it's going to be a 4v3 in this next fight. Here they come. They're rotating kind of wide here. Bastion's going to get into this turret form, and he's just going to melt the Roadhog. Rom is getting very low on the back of point, and he will eventually fall. Kiri on point does go down. And here comes AI. Seeing if they can finish this Circuit Royale. This will be the first time we really get to see this third point of Royale. Last time it ended in the second point. Someone just leave. I think that was Dash. Not sure. Anyways. AI's going up to the corner. Here comes the Rom. He is pumping into the Bastion. Bastion's just shooting straight into the payload. Kind of being dumb. Turret is going to go into the Rom, and Rom will fall here. Torb getting a pick. Torb lavaing all over the point. Moldy Milkers are falling in the lava. The Kyriel does come out. However, not quite enough. AI will march on forward. 50 seconds on the clock here. Moldy Milkers have a pretty good shot at stopping this. However, at the same time, I think AI has a pretty good chance at finishing the fight, finishing the job here. Can we get a touch? I have to see AI looking very powerful. Looking like a squad you don't want to mess with here. Bastion does go down first. That's a good start if you are Moldy Milkers. Turret kind of just doing work against this Rom. Rom's kind of getting stuck on the payload and just dying to it. Lucio should go down here. Torb could be next. Torb will be next. However, now it's just one on the cart here. Just May versus... Can May push it? May's going to push it in. Oh my word, they don't touch. And May pushes it in all by herself. In an unfortunate display. Moldy Milkers let them finish the map. And now they will have to finish the map themselves if they want a chance at winning this map. 5 seconds on the clock. Doesn't really matter. Any time will do. no matter what, you will get a second attack if both teams finish on an escort map. A minute will always be added to the lower team's total if you are at 0. If you are 0 seconds, so finishing with time is not a huge deal on these maps. It just matters that you finish the map and have a good offense in your overtime rounds. So the top tier AI, coachless AI are coming out here. No tank, but a very tough team to deal with. Could be AI going up 1-0. And their coach is mad for some reason. Alright. Big engage by the Doom. Lucio getting very low. He will fall. Bastion able to trade up the Kiri here. 2-on-2 on point. Torb and Doom. Or, excuse me. That will be Hog and Doom against a Mei. Should end shortly here. He's just stalling out for as long as she can. Being a nuisance. Alright. Lucio. Immediately killed. Thorb will go down next. Hog just getting this Bastion off the point. They're slowly pushing up here. May the only one left. She's going to try to push in 1v3. 1v4, I mean. Alright, here they come. Doom for Lucio. However, Torb's going to go down next. Bastion's going to fall after. And all that's left on point is this stalling Mei, who has been a real nuisance for the Moldy Milkers here on this attack. Just keeps stalling. She will eventually fall. And that will be a first point tank for the Moldy Milkers, as they are putting up quite a fight against AI. AI, very strong looking team. Have plenty of damage to compensate for their lack of tank. Torbjorn able to take out the Kiri. And Doom. Good push in for AI. Rama is going to be up. He is going very low. Bastion is going to get fragged on by the Roadhog going to get fragged on by the Bastion. Excuse me. Very, very good team is AI. Silly of them to crash out the way they did. Here comes Rom. He's going to pump some damage in, and wow, they're just doing so... Moldy Milkers looking so much better than they were in previous seasons. Hog is on a top level here, as we have seen, but AI is just also a very strong team, so... stuck on the freaking pole. Okay, here comes the Bastion and the Torb. Torb's gonna be in there first. Mei's getting left behind a bit. Could be unfortunate here for AI. AI able to get in the turret form. However, they're not able to find any kills. Kiri does eventually go down, but too little too late, as Moldy Milkers will continue pushing on this escort. Making a trade out the ROM. May versus the world here. Hog's going to get on this May, however, not going to finish the kill. And the payload will continue moving forth. Here comes the, oh, what, there's so many ults going off at once here. The beat comes out. The Suzu, or the Kitsune Rush comes out. The freeze was out there out of bit. Here comes the Rommel. Oh, this Rommel is massive. It's going to get 2, but he does get killed in the end. So now you only have your Hog going into both a Bastion and a Torb. You don't like to see that. That's a lot of damage coming your way, and eventually he will fall. However, Kiri. Solo pushing the point. Torb nowhere to be seen. Will she get this in? She will! Back caps on the Torb! Torb just ignoring the payload. Let's Kiri push in. And now, all of a sudden, AI have lost the second point. Despite winning that fight, basically. I mean, they basically won that fight. May able to get the Kiri here. But Moldy Milker's still up. Still alive, just sustaining. Damage, though, coming through. AI, like we know, very strong team. Moldy Milkers also seem to be a very strong team in a different way. Very interesting to see just how both these strategies pan out. Just Bastion and Torb on the same team is crazy. It's diabolical. Putting in work here. Only got a minute, 2 minutes, or two or so minutes to get through here. It's going to be all about baiting out the Bastion mode and not getting torn up by the turret too much. Big beat coming in from Lucio. That's going to keep them alive in this team fight. And, well, considering Moldy Milkers are already dead, I guess it's not too big a deal. Oh, here we go. Here comes Moldy Milkers. They do get some trades. However, the health pool's looking more on the side of AI. And wow, this is going firmly in the way of AI all of a sudden. This spawn hold has been crucial for them. You're running out of chances if you are on the side of Moldy Milkers. It's looking like it could go up 1-0 in the series for AI. Kiri gets 2. Big picks by the Kiri. Bastion's going to get hooked in, and he's probably going to perish. He will. So, all of a sudden, Moldy Milker's able to get something started here at the very end. However, they're going to have to push it all the way to the end without dropping a single team fight here. Hopefully someone gets a little bit stuck on the payload so they can at least hold some point presence. No matter what. Kiri getting very low, however, she is able to sustain through, and Torb will be the first of all. May could go down next here. And she most likely will. She's 1 HP. Bastion getting kited here masterfully. Don't C9. That's all you have to do, Moldy Milkers. Do not C9. And May will fall. So, here comes the Torb. However, he is going in 1v4. Torb will eventually fall here, and he's going to go down. And AI getting pushed back slowly but surely. Here comes the Bastion, though. Oh, he's going to go down. Surely he goes down here. No tank in front of him. Alright, that's going to be very strong team. Oh, no, no, no. Do they stay on point? They are staying on the point. Hog is forced onto the point here. Here comes the ult. This ult is massive by the ROM. He just needs to stay on the point, and his team will probably clean this up. That will probably be... Touch, 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 touch. Oh, my word. Touch, 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 touch. Stay on the point. Stay on the point. Please stay on the point. Oh, my word, Moldy Milkers. I think they're going to be able to do this. They just need to stay on the point. They cannot get off this point. If they get off this point, I'm going to cry tears of pain. They are... Every second that they don't push this in is a second. Okay, they do push it in. Oh my gosh. They finished the map in what might be the most egregious push we've ever seen. This Circuit Royale is crazy. And now we're going to see Moldy Milkers on the offense again here. 2 squads. Even in power. The odds. This matchup is insane. The power of these 2 squads seems about even. I believe AI and this team are in the same division too, so we'll look up to another matchup, at least one more matchup between these 2 squads. This could be insane. This could be a rivalry to end all rivalries. The free agency team at one point against another team that has denied the free agency rules and will sit here as this Tor Bastion May Lucio squad for the rest of the season because no one is currently an owner. So these characters all very strong as a combination here. Getting the job done. Got a 5-second advantage in this one, but I don't think that's going to mean that much. Comes the Bastion mode. It's going to go the Kiri. Oh my gosh, the Kiri somehow sustaining. Oh, but she does eventually fall. Bastion probably goes down here. Maybe not actually. Wow, Bastion not fall. Okay, Bastion does fall to Doom eventually. Which is a blessing for Moldy Milkers here. Lucio might fall next. You are going to get some progress on this point. You got to keep this going, though. 19 seconds left. Unfortunately, don't have much to keep this going with. Got to get this May off the point. Will eventually be evicted. But she is behind. Cannot step off this point now. Here comes the Bastion. Oh, getting melted. Bastion just doing his Bastion thing. Oh my word, Lucio getting the pick. Lucio's gonna go down here. Just Kiri and Doom. What is going on, chat? Bastion able to get that pick. May's gonna wall off the Doom, and that's where the payload will finish. This is not very far at all. If you're Moldy Milkers, you're gonna need a big hold here. Otherwise, AI will go up 1-0 in the series. Insane map 1. Insane map 1. Are you kidding me? What did we do to deserve this in Overbots? I think this format is much better than 3v3. I think it creates way more exciting matchups. The extra player really just adds something. Adds a complete new dynamic. The 3 tanks versus 3 DPS is very entertaining to watch here. Both seem very powerful, but at times AI just seems a little bit stronger, and other times Moldy Milkers just seem to come out on top. We'll see if I feel like maps are going to really dictate who wins this series. In particular, I think a lot of maps are going to favor one or the other. And we'll be finding that together. I think Escort Escort just seems to be favoring both of them, actually. It seems to be very good for both. Like, both of them have a chance to win this. If the same thing happens that happened on offense for AI again, this will be over very shortly. But if Moldy Milkers can put together a little bit of a hold here, could get a little bit interesting near the end. So Bastion not able to get quite the picks he got at the beginning, if I remember. Oh, okay, Kiri does go down. However, Bastion, I think, will... no, he's not going to follow. So actually, I think AI is just going to win this map. More than likely. I don't think there's going to be enough time for a recontest here before they can push it to the box. So, a very close map, but AI just eking by. Their 5-second advantage, it doesn't mean anything, but they will be the victors in map 1, the team without a coach. Moldy Milkers are going to go down 1-0 in the series. AI taking the lead. AI is a very powerful final boss of Overbots. This squad is looking like a beast to overcome. We'll see, though, in the future, if some teams just fully eviscerate them or not. I think it's really going to depend on what team they are up against. Oh, Volskaya Industries. So we're going to a deathmatch for map 2. This is going to be really telling. Oh, I've not seen this map in so long. See, the deathmatch version of it just brings a tear to me eye. This map was an old 2CP map. I hate the map type, honestly, the real 2CP, but we will be getting the deathmatch version of it today. Oh, it just brings back memories of pain and suffering, getting stuck, trying to take the stupid point. Okay. We're going to start on point A here. There's no points in deathmatch, of course, but just for a visual reminder. Kiri's going to be the first thing to fall. Lucio goes down after. It's going to be 1-1 here. Very close fight. Ram is able to pick up 2, so slight advantage lead for Moldy Milkers. May's going to fall, I think? Question mark? May stall means a lot less in this game mode than others, but she could keep the team preoccupied with her. She might actually just get out with her life here. Nope, she will eventually fall, surely. Yep, so unfortunately now, AI is going to be pushing into a 4v3, but they have Bastion. Do they care? Nope, they do not care. They're coming in, and they are winning. Bastion getting very low. Ram will finish the job, but he will go down himself. Lucio probably going to die here. Actually, Roadhog not quite finishing the job. And he's instead going to get frozen and killed by May. Now all of a sudden, AI is taking the lead against Moldy Milkers on this map. It's a deathmatch map, and Skiri just gets domed. This AI squad looking terrifying. The trap getting the kill on the Bastion. We'll get back 1 kill at least. Here for the Moldy Milkers, however, they are... Ooh, that's not quite the play you want to see there from your... Doom almost getting a boop. Kiri getting the May. I don't know how she did that, but she did. Kiri's eventually going to fall. That's not a good look here. Lucio does fall to the Roadhog. Oh, yeah, Bastion's done. 5-point lead here for AI, but that could quickly dwindle with how... Dwindle? How this game mode works, it just gets a little bit crazy at times, and Torbjorn will eventually fall. However, the May ult is actually pretty big here. Doomfist getting stuck in it. Kiri gonna go down, and Doom will fall after due to that May ult. Here comes the Ram ult. Quite big, actually. He's getting all 3 members. Oh, but he doesn't quite finish the kills because he's all alone. He does eventually just go down. The ult comes through, but it doesn't do much. Doom is gonna fall. Or not Doom. Bastion, I mean. Lucio's gonna go down next. I think Doom could fall, though. Yep, he will die to the lava. Torb turret's gonna get some more value. Torb just putting in a ton of work here. completely differing the enemy bots. AI looking like a threat. Torb gets 2. I'm just surprised people let them get Bastion and Torb on the same team. Bastion will eventually fall. Torb's gonna take out the Doom. Boom. Torb gonna go down here. Woo! Oh my goodness. AI absolutely shredding Moldy Milkers to pieces. Doesn't even look close, unfortunately. 27 to 15 is a 12-point advantage. I don't think Moldy Milkers can make this one up. Very close map 1, but map 2, man. Deathmatch. Looks like a strong AI map here. Lava! And he is going to be doing a lot with that lava, as they only need 9 more kills to win this and go up 2-0 against the Milkers here. Moldy Milkers about to take their first loss of the season. It is looking that way. Kiri's gonna fall. Poor Bastion is just disgusting. Now all they need is 4 kills, and I think at some point Moldy Milkers will be happy to oblige them with those. I don't see a world in where Moldy Milkers can't get out of this one. Looking rough here. Deathmatch, not where you want to see a map going to. If you're Moldy Milkers against this team, it seems Escort worked a lot better for you. You made that one absurdly close. As these teams seem to just go pound for pound on that map, but here it seems like AI has quite the advantage. The damage they deal is just so overwhelming. It's hard to outkill them, even if you can outplay them on maps. Megan very low here. She will eventually fall. But all they need is 1 kill. They're almost they're doubling their score. So AI very dominant in the deathmatch department. And they're gonna go up 2-0. And now you're on the ropes. So Moldy Milkers, they made the first map look really close. But deathmatch, you don't want to see that in these sets. If you want to win against AI, it seems. I think AI, this might be their map type. So we will be going to a hybrid. Eichenwald. Eichenwald. Hybrid map. Moldy Milkers are down 2-0 in this one. They showed up with a 3-0 stomp on the Unks earlier today. However, things are looking a lot different against AI. Looking a bit struggle. They can't quite seem to get over these 2 S-tier DPS that somehow fell through the cracks and got both of them on this team. I think it's a bit of a mistake. People let these 2 heroes pass through their grip. I picked up Malga so in my first pick, and I didn't get the option to take either of these DPS. It's the second pick. I think Malga is definitely worth a first pick though, so when you pick him, it's kind of hard to pick anything else, especially when you're near the top of the draft order. The other team, when the Milkers, also couldn't snipe the Bastion or the Torb from the squad. as they picked Hog, which I also think is a completely valid first round pick. So just unfortunate way of drafting went, and this team ended up with 2 of the best heroes. Well, they didn't end up with a tank, and that is the one silver lining for other teams playing against them. And Torb and May are not going to quite get the job done here. It looks like they're going to be a first point hold. It's a good start for Moldy Milkers. What you want to see coming into this one, especially after struggling on that deathmatch to even get kills. It looks like May's probably going to stagger out here, so AI is going to be even a bigger hole here. Well, she actually does live, and the rest of her team is now here, so can't feel too bad about that one. And Bastion? There we go, here comes the Bastion mode, and that is going to, not be good, actually, as AI is getting routed here on Hybrid. A minute gone, minute. Curie coming back. Moldy Milker's looking very strong on this Eichenwald. Can they get a full hold? If they can get a full hold here, they're going to feel very good about their chances at this map. Here comes the Bastion. Whoop. Lucio does go down, and wow, what a hold. Dynamite hold coming out here from the Moldy Milkers. They are stunting a bit on this AI squad. Despite having some of the best heroes in the game, not able to quite push through AI. Having Basher May Torb is like basically having 3 DPS tank hybrids. So I wouldn't say this team is necessarily bad for lacking a tank, especially since they're all very good in these brawl scenarios. And that's going to be a first pick. That is huge if you're AI. Probably going to take this point now. Maybe. Depends. Yeah, they're going to take the first point, surely. Not able to get the Torb turret, and that is going to result in a first point take with 1:30 to go. So they'll get about an extra 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So you'll be about at 2 minutes, or wait, 4 minutes? Yeah. No, that's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I'm dumb. Okay, excuse me. Excuse-moi. Okay, 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here. Moldy Milker's gonna come in. Here comes the Bastion. They're going right into a Bastion choke. May is gonna be the first to fall, though. Pushing out the Lucio. Rom getting very low. He's gonna fall. And Doomfist will fall afterwards. Looks like AI might just keep pushing. Maybe. Yep, here comes the Bastion mode. That is very good for the side of AI. They are up 2-0 in this series. If they win this one, they will win it in a 3-0 fashion, although this one feels a lot closer than a 3-0. Moldy Milker's making it very close in specific spots. The escort map is a very good example of that. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, here we go. They're wrapping around. Here comes the Bastion. Bastion ult is going to come out. He's getting very low, though, and he will go down. The Kiri ult comes out. I mean, not the Bastion ult. Did I say Bastion ult? The Bastion mode, the turret form. Rom and Hog, both on point. May and Torb, the only ones left. Torb is going to fall, but I think that turret might actually get Rom, and it will. So now it's just a turret and May against a Roadhog. However, Roadhog's backing off this point. I think Kiri might go down to help her Hog here. Hog trying to deal with that turret. He tries to hook it. I think he thinks that'll work, but not quite. So AI a little bit halted here. Here comes the Bastion, him Bastion in his turret form on the flank. He's not shooting very much though, so he's not going to be able to pick up that Kiri. Kiri does get out. Big beat coming through from the Lucio. That's probably going to win them the team fight. I mean, well, you just equalize the sustain here, and Rom is going to solo ult your Bastion in the back. Oh, Torb is going to gleefully give himself to the ult, and now the ult is going to get more value. That is 2 down. He's going to do this just to deal with the Torb turret, maybe? Nope, he switches targets. Ill-advised, as he is getting shredded. Here comes the Doom. Gotta push the Lucio. So, Doom doing his part. Stagger out a little bit. Now, it should be like, it'll be a 3v4 though, unfortunate. They will be back, and they have the Mei ult. They have the Bastion ult. AI looking like the bot team in the league is very strong. This is not the it's not the undrafted, mind you. This is a team that decided that I wasn't being fair to them, so they dropped out of the league, and their team is just here as it was. And I don't know if you can say that when you look at their performance. To think that their team would only be better right now if I had let them scamaz a pick from a team that was deciding to drop out. Anyways, Thorb is gonna fall here. Moldy Milkers putting in work. They might drop this Bastion. Oh, the Bastion does get out with his life. Barely. Lucy's gonna go down. Make him back out a bit. Big beat coming in, but I don't think that'll be enough here. 3v3 on cart. Turret is broken? I think the turret is bugged. Oh no, it's not broken, it's just aiming in a way that it can't reach behind it. I forget that it has like actual angles that it follows. Rom able to get one, and he's gonna pop the ult here. He's gonna get very low, and he's eventually going to drop, so the Milkers doing a good job here though. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock here, and there's a ways away to push. Doom punching the Bastion in. Bastion just sitting up there, sitting pretty in his turret. Here it can matter a little bit more if you finish in overtime. So now if Moldy Milkers manage to finish this map, well, we'll see here, actually. If they manage to finish the map, they might win, depending on what happens in this fight. Doom. They're zoning them off the point here, and they're not going to touch, and that will be where the payload finishes. It's funny that there only has one eye on Icon Vault. That's goofy. That's silly. Cyclops, the Cyclops version of that. And all Moldy Milkers have to do is push it to where AI fell, and they can go take a map in this series. This Moldy Milkers AI matchup has been actually fairly impressive from both sides. I'd have to say, AI looking very strong for a team without a tank. And on the other side, Moldy Milkers are looking like a very strong team for not having any DPS. So, very different ideologies coming through here, and both working out quite well. You got all the pseudo tanks plus a Lucio, and then you have 3 tanks and a Kiri. Very similar concepts coming through here for overbots. I can't wait till they add more overbots. I hope we see like a Juno and a Yari coming soon. Maybe eventually they'll be able to code a Pharah and an Echo, and we can see those in Diva. But so far those heroes just not quite allowed for overbots. Not quite coded in. Imagine a Wrecking Ball bot. That would be so funny. Okay, anyways. Here they come, Moldy Milkers. An opportunity to take a map. They just have to get to that 3rd point and continue from there. Can't get held up on the 1st point though. We'll see what happens Pretty strong push coming in through AI, but Doomfist getting a little bit cut off. Kiri's going to be going down first, and that is not what you want to see on the side of Moldy Milkers. Torb getting very low. He could go down. He does, but don't know if that matters. Roadhog is going to back off towards his team. After getting that last pick, let's see if Torb can make it back before the fight happens. Torb coming on out. Looks like he will be able to regroup before Moldy Milkers can. A minute off the clock here. Now, gotta be thinking maybe a little bit of a struggle bus here. Unfortunately, Doom is looking in the wrong door. Lucio does go down though, so that's a pretty big trade. Don't mind losing your Doom too much. Pretty much a sacrificial lamb, anyways. And Roadhog is going to get the Bastion, and that will be a first take. Quite a bit quicker, like a minute quicker than AI was able to take it. And normally, when a team is able to do things just slightly better, normally that means they will eventually win the map, because they're just doing things slightly better on this map than the other squad. But we will see. AI looking for a good spot to hold here on this second point. Moldy Milkers are pushing forward slowly but surely. Got a banger of series on our hands. Even if this is a 3-0, I think it's still a pretty strong showing from Moldy Milkers. Lucio is going to fall here. May's getting very low. Here comes the Rom ult. Rom ult coming through, pretty tough here. Here's the Bastion. Torb getting very low, and that will be the end of Torb. And Moldy Milkers going to continue this push. Oh, May comes back though. Lucio and May should fall. A little bit of stall coming from May, but this will just prove just to stagger her, I think. And May should eventually go down here, maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, she will. Oh my word. Kiri's gonna fall, but two already gone on the side of AI here. Oh, well. Hog versus Torb. I think Hog wins this. He does. He's stepping in the lava a little bit, but will eventually push this payload forward. You got about one more fight to get through here on this second point. If you can win right here, though, you're in a pretty good spot. A lot of ults coming through, though. Let's see if they can cut this Bastion off. Ooh, they're going to cut off the Lucio. Kiri gets booped, though. Big boop by Lucio. Lucio's going to fall right after, though. So I don't know how big that trade is. Kiri got a lot of bodies on the point. Some ults are going to come through here. Rom's probably going to go down. He will. And that'll be the team fight victory there for AI at the last second. You did you did hold on to these ults though. Gotta feel pretty good about that if you are Moldy Milkers. Alright, here we go. Doomfist. Gonna get on this Torb. Gonna pop the ult here. Let's see. He's gonna go right into the Torb again. Here comes the Kiri ult, and Kiri gets booped off again, but Lucio's next to fall, so usual suspects of death. The support's going down first. There goes the, oh, she actually lived. Okay. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Checkpoint, not quite coming through here. May gonna go in for a stall. Rom in the back line. Not sure what he's doing. Comes the ult. I don't know what he's ulting on. To be frank, here comes the... Okay, here, the ult doesn't get much, but gets enough that I think they're going to win this fight. And Moldy Milkers, looking like they're going to take a map in this series. Very likely they're going to take this Eichenwald, and we will be going to another map after this one. Lucio, just out of range. Going to get pushed back here. might get himself out, although he's coming back, and he's going to perish, and that will be the first map going the way of the Moldy Milkers. Moldy Milkers going up, well, 1-2 here, so very good matchup we have going on our hands, as this is now 1-2-2. So, gonna need to see a reverse sweep on the side of Moldy Milkers. Very close escort map. Pretty dominant hybrid map. And pretty dominant deathmatch map in the favor of AI. So, you got 3 maps done in the series, and now you're going to Lijiang. Gonna need a lot of point presence here to win this one. Very, very winnable on the side of Moldy Milkers. You have already taken a map, which means you can take a series. That is pretty much how the dialogue goes in Overbots. If you can take a map off of a team, more than likely, if you get lucky enough, you could take the series. Torbasher Lucio looking like a killer setup. Might be one of the top tier teams in the league. But this Rom Roadhog Doomfist Kiri also is looking like a killer setup and could also be one of those top tier teams in the league. Didn't see a lot of Doom last season. Just hopped around from my team to some of the lower end teams, and then he kind of just fell off the face of the planet. No one ever picked him up or touched him again. He was on a squad, but he never got played. But now here he is on this Moldy Milker squad. He's making a name for himself. He's taking a lot of aggro. It's the name of his game, really. He just kind of jumps in. He takes that Bastion form away. Seems to be his main goal against this squad. Kiri might gonna go. Yeah, she's gonna go down. She just gets like traded, straight up traded out, and that is not good for Moldy Milkers. That was a terrible fight, and that is an easy take for AI. Only a few more fight wins like that, and they will have this series. Moldy Milkers are gonna have to come up with something good here. Probably gonna need to see a pick on that Lucio early. Seems to be when they win fights.
So, one thing about Jesse, Mom, we did one job together on an hourly basis. I said I would never be to an hourly basis because he would.
Wow, Torb and Bastion just shredding.
He would drag his feet on work to drag the job out longer so he'd make more money. I'm like, bro, this isn't my first day working. Like, I said, you're never getting paid hourly again. I said, you're getting a flat rate price. Because, and the thing is, yeah, you really did. I said, when you get paid a flat rate, then he's going to go like that. So I said, you're going to take flat rates for this guy. He's just flat. It's probably 5 days and you're going to miss it. I don't have to pay him $35 an hour and then keep track of his hours because this goes even bucks. If I really feel like he did a great job and worked extra hard, I said, don't expect that.
Alright, there you go. Bop. Bastion into the form of death. However, he just get punched. Lucy's gonna go down first. 2 for 2 trade, and now it's Rom. I like the well. Okay. May's probably gonna win this 1v1 now that she's the turret on her side. Torch is not able to eat this. The turret will eventually get him. May and the turret just working that hog down. It will result in AI taking his first point, and all they gotta do is take one more. This will be a 3-1 in the books. 3-1s are pretty rare in Overbots, but we might just see one here. AI is looking like a team to contend with. very different, ideologies here clashing in this matchup. I think they're both very strong, and I think they have crucial weaknesses that are like completely separate. Like this, I think this squad, Moldy Milkers, I think against a squad with a lot less damage, they're gonna do very good against. But a team with this much damage is gonna be rough at times. Although here we go, that is a good push in from Moldy Milkers, and I was thinking was that the series was gonna kind of go AI for this last point too, but that is a very good take by Moldy Milkers, and they do have percentage building up here in this 1-3 series. Have a chance to bring it to map 5 here if they can just win this. It's gonna take a lot, but they're gonna need to win this point and the next one. Can't drop a point now to AI. AI's gonna come in. They're getting on to... Wow, Lucio goes down, and Bastion's next. This is a blender. Extermination mode on for Moldy Milkers. They are putting in work here. Trying to pick this AI squad apart. Very strong teams. Very powerful teams. Matching up here in week 1. I like to see it. Alright, here we go. Lucio looking like he's going to go down, and he does. Nay, very low. Bastion, very, very low. And that is a full team wipe here for the side of the Milkers. Can AI win a fight here on this point? Looking like very similar to the way it was on the next fight, just in reverse. AI very dominant in that last point. But now, seeming to favor Moldy Milkers here, and they get the Lucio again. Lucio just getting picked off first in a lot of these fights. However, a trade there and a turret still being up is a good sign for you. Have a chance at winning this fight. Now it's a 2v1, but yeah, that's probably over. Alright. That is looking like a Moldy Milkers point victory, and this will be headed to the next point to decide if we will go to a map 5 or if this is a 3-1. Torp's going in. It's getting booped around by this Doom. Lucio getting very low. Able to take out the Torb and the Lucio, and now all you have is Bastion and May coming back. Bastion is going to go into his special form, but not even going to be able to touch. And that will be the point for Moldy Milkers. We could be seeing a map 5 if they do the same on this next point. We will have to see, though. This next point could, as we can see, it seems to be whoever wins the first fight. Seems a lot stronger. In each remaining fight, they just, when they hold the position, they have a big advantage over each other. AI versus Moldy Milkers seems to be a smackdown WWE Raw style. This is a very a lot of damage coming through each of these sides. A lot of tankiness coming out of the side of the Milkers. But damage is far around on each side. Even though there is more damage heroes on one side, it doesn't mean there's not a lot of damage coming out of Moldy Milkers. Don't get me wrong. Kiri goes down immediately, and that is looking like an AI 3-1. That is looking like an AI 3-1. I don't know if you can't win that first fight and you lose that Kiri. Now all of a sudden, AI has point control. You have to push into them. It's a lot harder to push into them than have them push into you. It's vice versa seems to be the advantage for each of these squads, is when the other team has to push into them. And now they have made that the case for themselves. And see if Moldy Milkers can successfully dissect this team. It's hard to solve it when it's sitting still in front of you. Okay. Bastion mode is expended, but Kiri and Doom falling is not a good sign. This could very well be the 3-1 finisher. Unfortunately, I think it's just, for these two comps, it's just whoever takes the first fight is going to win the point because of how strong their staying power is. Alright, Moldy Milkers I've got about 2 more opportunities, depending on respawns, to get this job done, to try to take the point for the first time on, I don't know what this one's called, whatever this Koth version of Lijiang is. They are going to expend the Bash. Oh, Kiri and Doom go down again once again. Rama is able to pick up the Torb, but man, I just don't know if it matters. Moldy Milkers looking like they're a bit routed at the moment, and this could be just that. Probably will be it. They get one more fight. One more fight. See if we can even get a touch here. Looks like they're going to push in a little bit preemptive. I think they could have waited a little bit longer, but now I think it's just going to be over. That is going to be it. 3-1 AI. And this is the same team that got mad at me for not letting them trade for Orisa, by the way. Even though that team was headed out the door anyways. And that will be it. AI. Taking the dub.